Good morning.
Morning.
Oh man, everybody here.
Sure.
Everybody.
Everybody in the
How are
club.
you two beautiful, beautiful folks?
Pretty
Tired.
Oh no.
Tired.
Are you all
Tired.
right?
Oh
Oh no.
what?
That's not a good answer.
What?
You're like you're thinking about it.
Yeah, I got to, because it's like, how many years left do I have to let Maeve live in my house?
Oh no.
good.
A lot. So
Yeah.
I will say though, my friend, that little scamp was adorable on Thursday.
No, she's the best, but she's also a 5-year-old with my genetics going through a whirlwind of emotions with those
It's
genetics.
just like, yeah. I mean, hey,
It's just like, oh no, poor thing.
you're a tiny me. That's not good.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, let's hope you can avoid some pitfalls I went through.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
remember,
it's gonna be good.
yeah, remember you don't have to set somebody on the same pathways that somebody set you on.
But
You get a chance to make those changes.
turn
Needs more
and
Pokemon,
face the
father.
change. Oh. She's been going crazy with Pokemon lately, but it's been fun. There's this new Netflix show.
Have you seen Pal World?
I've been playing Pal. I'm addicted to Pal World now.
Oh, I've been thinking
love
about
this
buying
game.
it. It looks amazing.
The guy behind that is super into AI.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so there is that. He's just like,
he also made
it's not-
Craftopia, which is basically like, hey, can
I
we
remember
rip off
that.
every other game that's in this genre? But this game looks real wild.
There's something about it. Like, I'm not the biggest on like survival style games. You know, like,
I love survival style games.
Check of my. It's like usually when I game, I don't want to go through a stress simulator. That's what I feel like these ones are. It's like, I'm not eating. Oh, I need to sleep. I'm too cold. But
how have we never played Zomboid together?
I know. I really want to. I got it waiting there. But
well, what are you doing after this, Chief?
I got to do some Legoing with the boy.
Wow.
But for Pal World, for some reason, this one really like hits me in a way where I find myself really enjoying it. I'm loving it. I've got this little farm and all these little sheep, and they're getting me wool, and I got these little chicken things that are giving me eggs, and I got this little cat guy. He goes and attacks things with me when I'm not attacking. He helps me with my mining.
It sounds like Minecraft, basically.
It's Minecraft meets Pokemon meets I guess like Valheim kind of in a way, I guess.
I love Valheim.
Yeah, because like you could
Did you pick up V Rising yet?
No, I don't. No.
You need to pick up V Rising so we can be vampires together.
That is multiplayer?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
You can build your castles together, so you can make your castles fucking gigantic. I love V Rising. I just need people to play it with, because otherwise I get very I'm like I don't even think we're not doing nothing. You know, I'm doing the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
The grind in that game, I find it's more fun with other people. But it's a great game. I love it. It's a super fun game. I just, it's one of those, like, I love Valheim too. I would love to start Valheim over again. I talked about doing that, especially since you can now build a house on a boat.
Yeah.
I want to be a lazy houseboat Viking.
I enjoyed Valheim. Like, I found it very chill, but the group I was playing with at the time made it super duper frustrating, because the thing that killed me, like one day I was just having the roughest time getting back to a boss, and we had like really forged past like a bunch of high level guys for us to get to this thing so we could all attack as a group. And we were doing great against the boss, but then like I died, and coming back, like I just kept getting slain by like pigs and boars and shit like that. I was like losing my mind. I was like, and like goblins and stuff. I was like, and then like there was a point where I was right there. I got my body back. I was almost right to join everyone. Everyone in the player group was watching me come back, And then someone was like, "Hey, watch out, dude!" And I was just like, "What?" And there's like, "Oh, there's this goblin thing behind you." And I was just like, "Well, then help me!"
Yeah.
Like, and instead they did, and I died again. And I was like, "I'll see you later." And I just like exited out the game.
Yeah, I, and this is the funny thing, and he doesn't mind me talking about it because we talked about it a lot. I tried WoW before,
Yeah.
with Doug and some other folks, and much like some of my experience with Doug in Minecrafting, Doug can get very fixated on Doug style play, which
Yeah.
is Doug style play is like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you can do it with me, or you can fuck off. And
I've
I don't like
experienced a
that.
little bit of that.
I don't like that. Like that pisses me off. So, but this time with like WoW, it's been more like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, I want to go grind and get all this stuff because, I mean, I'm in deep with my role play right now. I'm trying to keep my small business afloat. My small business is leatherworking.
Are you? Oh, you're not blacksmithing anymore?
No.
Good.
Blacksmithing sucked. It was real bad. Leatherworking, I could make all kinds of cool shit.
Yeah. Are you a hunter in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect for you.
I got a sweet bear named Gary.
Make shit that you can use.
Yeah.
I
think you can make stuff for your animals.
So
There's all sorts
Doug is constantly like, why do we got to stop and skin everything? Why do you got to kill everything? I'm like, because I got to keep the small business afloat. Doug, I got kids to feed.
You're an independent small businessman. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a dwarf libertarian in this world because I'm role playing. So it's been super fun. And then Doug will be like, I want to go on an adventure. I want to go do this mission. And I'll be like, okay, yeah, sure. Let's go do it. But rather than it being a thing where I'm just there to tag along, it's like very much like team oriented. And I really am enjoying that. It was like I told him last time when I was like, I don't want to play Minecraft with you for a while. Was like, I don't want to go get your supplies for you. Like when you're like, hey, I need this, can you get that for me? I'll be like, yeah. And then when I find out is like, you're also like, I need this and I need this. So I'm your gopher. And that pisses me off because I don't want to play a game to be your personal fucking assistant.
Yeah, that's no fun.
So, which I'm sure on the flip side, because I'm not the good guy in this story or the bad guy, I'm just the guy.
I'm just a guy.
In Zomboid, people will get frustrated sometimes with me because they're like, well, you're not telling me like all these little intricacies and secrets. And I'm like, because I don't even know them. Because Zomboid's a game that fucking actively hates you. So like, I can't tell you like, hey, don't do that because I don't know if it's going to end poorly for you or not. Because sometimes when I do that dumb shit, it works out. And sometimes I get killed in the stupidest fucking ways possible. Zomboid is a game where it's like, oh, are you finally comfortable? Do you feel good about yourself? Guess what, motherfucker? Die. Like one time I had all this shit. Everything was going great. And I climbed out my window to my rope ladder and started going down. And 3 zombies were down there and they broke the rope ladder. So I fell, took damage there, and then they just ate me. I didn't have a chance at all. I couldn't do anything. And I was so pissed off. Because the whole thing is usually they make noise, so you know they're there. But you also can't look down out of the window. So when you start crawling out, you're committed. I was like, well, at least I can crawl the way down, and then I can, just like try to bum rush my way out. And the game was like, oh, no. They're going to rip that down. So you fall 3 stories. Have fucking fun with that. So yeah, the game, I mean, I think, Zomboid's a really hard, like, entry level game. Like, to get into that, you got to be like, okay, I know I'm going to die a whole lot.
Yeah.
And that can be very, 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 very frustrating. So, like, that's why Doug is very much like, I'll play, but I don't particularly enjoy it all the time unless we're doing what I want to do. And that I more understand because, like, he's very, like, mission oriented. Like, I need to go break down all the lockers in the school so I can do cool shit with metalworking. And I'm like, that's great, but like, I want to go clear out the fucking Quickie Mart so we can get as much high sugar food as possible to put weight on.
Yeah.
I want to go get a car so I can go fucking in the parking lot and just run zombies over for a half hour. You know, although the last couple of times we played, it was pretty fun, except for the time he killed himself with a Molotov, which was hilarious. And I believe that was on stream. It was pretty great. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Yeah, Doug, you got fucking bandage up. I'm dead. All right, well, fuck off. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to get in that business, I'm down. I haven't played Zomboid in a while. I'm kind of stoked to play it again because there's a bunch of new stuff that's out and a bunch of stuff that's coming out pretty quickly, like Basements and Sewers expansion and Animals expansions coming out. I think it might either be out or be out real soon. And I want to hunt deer in that game. I think that sounds fucking amazing.
Sounds all right.
All right. So, Matt, did I ask how you are? How you be?
I don't know if you did, but I'm good.
How are you, Matthew?
All right.
How are you?
I'm doing. Living.
Doing it. Living.
You know, nothing too exciting, too crazy.
I haven't talked to you in a while, so I thought.
Yes. Well, you know, it's been cold and
everyone's been sick.
Yeah. But you know, I think it's supposed to be like 20s, 30s next weekend. So hopefully
that's what I heard.
We can get a walk in.
So speaking of that,
36 is what this is saying right now. We'll see if that holds true.
Speaking of that type of business, tomorrow I am recommitting myself to getting weight back down and getting back on track because between the holidays and COVID, I was like,
oh yeah, and that's not that I'm saying you are, but don't beat yourself up over that,
So I'm getting back down into the business end of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I might see if people want to do the Wednesday check-in again. But we'll see. I just want to
Wednesday check-in. Tell me more. So
we used to all like meet Wednesdays online for a little bit and just like, how are you? Do you need anything?
That's beautiful. Yeah, let's do that.
We stopped doing it. I think maybe because I was like really not the best about it. Like after about like 8 months, I just was like, yeah, I'm fine.
I can be really annoying and just be like, hey, everybody, it's Wednesday.
So what I'm thinking about doing is even just doing it here. And doing and that way, like Super Spike, Shaggy, whoever, we'll just ask you how you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you? How's your mental health? How's your life going? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Sometimes we just all need someone to say, hey, how are you?
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a thing. I don't know. For like 30 minutes. Just say, hey, how is everybody?
I like that.
Anyway, I watched 3 episodes of Mountain Monsters remotely with Doug last night.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! Did we reach a new bar?
It's always getting raised. Always. Yeah.
Well, I thought we'd reached peak with Wild Bill's bear monster hunt thing.
Oh,
I was like, this can't get better than this. This was insane. And then the next one was kind of slow, and then Buck pulled the Wild Bill and just like ran after this deadly like demon cat thing by himself, and Huckleberry chewed his ass, and it was just like such a weird like, I care about you, bro. You can't be doing this shit. You could have died. I love you. And I was like, oh my god, the emotional core of this show is so good. And then the next episode was about a family of pterodactyls and the fucking had to flee the woods.
Yeah, and they just
this is fucking amazing.
They just have to fucking Birdemic it. Didn't the Midnight Whistler also show up in that one?
Which guy?
The Midnight Whistler.
Oh yeah.
Like
that was when they
around.
went inside the house. The house like was all getting wrecked. Also,
Yeah.
I have found one of my favorite new formulas of this show is I find so much enjoyment. I know it's going to be a good episode when someone beefs it super hard.
That's a lot.
I mean, real hard.
I'm surprised that like Wild Bill doesn't have broken ribs.
Oh,
Like
I'm sure
every
he does.
episode. The way he takes those hits when he falls out of the trees, it's like, oh.
But Willie's the guy who takes all the bumps.
Willie takes a lot, but then every now and then it's like, oh, Jeff's fallen in a hole.
Yeah,
or whatever. It's
Jeff
like,
fucking fell in a hole on top of Willie.
Is
Jeff
Willie the
shouldn't be
one
falling into shit?
who
Willie's
fell
the
off
guy
the
with
cliff
the
in that
wild
one
eyes
episode?
who builds the traps.
Did Willie fall off the cliff in that one episode?
Yes.
Yeah, that was great. That was it is funny though. He just disappears into the darkness and like, oh!
He's also the guy in the same episode who fell off that one tree. Like, and legitimately looked like he fell off, and they're like, yeah, we're just going to keep this footage.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's
there's
one where Buck like eats shit on some ice or something, or I don't know if it's ice or whatever, but he eats shit. And then like they keep going for a little while. And then like something else happens, like I think off camera, he's like, it got me or whatever, took a swipe at me. And he's like, I gotta go, get checked out or whatever. So it's like, oh no, he just like, rocked his shit on the ice, and then they made up some stuff to get him out of there after they realized that he couldn't keep going, which is rare for that show, because usually it's like, oh yeah, 60-year-old, 70-year-old man in poor health, you just, fell in a hole. Yeah, tough it out, buddy.
Well, like Wild Bill, when he chases off again, after his bear monster, and he's running through that ever increasingly dangerous creek that's now flowing like a fucking rapid, and Willie's chasing after him and screaming for him to stop, and then Willie eats shit in the water, and Wild Bill's like, I had to stop, I had to go back and check on my bro.
Yeah, and that episode
take care of your bro.
That episode is one of the very few where they're like, oh yeah, we totally killed that thing, and it floated away, and you'll never see it again.
The Wild Blood. Is that the one where Wild Bill goes on the unhinged rant, and you can like where he's clearly just sparked up a big pile of crystal, and he's like, I'm a bear hunter, and this guy's going after bears, and this guy
I love bears. I love bears. This thing's killing bears. And it's like, dude, you kill bears.
It's like you're a bear hunter, and you're like
it's okay that he does it.
Doesn't kill the cub, this son of a bitch.
And
I think that's also the one where they say motherfucker. And
oh yeah,
he's like, I think he calls it a cocksucker. And he's just like bleep, bleep, bleep.
The way they bleep it, you can totally tell what it is, but he's really going hardcore on it.
Yeah, that episode is the Wild Bill episode, and it is fucking goes hard.
I remember watching that the first time. I was just like, whoa.
Doug and I had to stop and rewind a couple times to figure out what he was saying, because he was Wild Bill and so hard, and they haven't put subtitles back in for a while.
Yeah,
which pisses me off. But yeah, it was.
I'm starting to get it down though. Like you got to decipher a lot of humps and yeah, bro,
bro.
Get her done.
This large like hand gesture of like, bro.
Like what is? I love it though.
It's the constant like weird. Are you going to hug me or shake my hand energy that he has every time he finishes a thing, where he's just like, I never had affection as a child. Please love me.
Yeah.
It's again, I feel like Wild Bill is constantly one step away from falling off the
Wild Bill and Willie always have that. They always have that energy from that scene in Dumb and Dumber where it's like big gulps, huh? It's always that is how it feels between them all the time. Someone says something and then they're just kind of like, huh. Yeah, all right. Well, anyway.
Hey, Super Spike, I hope you get to feeling better, man. Being under the weather sucks, and fuck ice and snow. I hate it. I usually don't mind it, but this year I'm hating it.
I'm not a fan.
All right.
Well, we just didn't have it for so long, and then it hit hard, and then just
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the
chance
snow
to,
so
like,
much,
acclimate.
but the ice, get it away.
So last time we were able to get a couple things done. We got researcher done, we got producer done, we got crew done. We started on Hermit, but this morning I was thinking, and again, I'm always open to disagreement. I added new equipment costs. I dropped trap scrap to 2, and I put specialized trap scrap for 4 slots, and that is like for like razor wire and for like a 3,000-pound box that you make in the woods and it never gets used, and then you ostensibly fucking leave there on a reverse catapult trap. I was like, so they just like in the fiction, they ran away.
Yeah, no, that's
so that trap is still just sitting out there.
Yep.
Oh, that sucks, Spike. Sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense. Since that makes sense, Spike. All right. So I added that. So I was thinking, because episode made me fucking laugh super hard, is that Hermit gets, if it bleeds as an ability, the player may expend this power at the beginning of the episode to purchase either a trap scrap or a specialized trap scrap that does not count towards the 12 slots. So you can basically say, oh, I want to have this extra scrap. So you can make a bigger, weirder trap. You can Rube Goldberg the shit out of something. And then I know we this was what we used, is You Ain't From Around Here Is You, as our thing. We just didn't figure out a power for it. Also, I think I put this in our chat. In our other chat. About the beginning of the game. Beginning of the episode. And I want to put that in here too. I hadn't done it yet. So let me go grab that if I can find it. So talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Monster, not monsters.
I found some new cool YouTube channel that's all about cryptids and stuff like that. And there was one about this gigantic like slug that like lives on a mountain, and it like comes down like an avalanche. So everyone thinks it's an avalanche, but then it just swallows towns and like cows and things whole. I thought that's really rad.
I haven't listened to it, so I don't know if it's any good, but apparently Reese Darby from Our Flag Means Death, and
which got canceled, and I'm very upset.
I mean, it did get to a decent. The where it stopped is you know is as good as you could expect for a show that maybe you know wasn't going to.
I was surprised it got a second season just because of how niche it was. But yes, anyways.
Yes, and Flight of the Conchords, a couple other things. Anyway, apparently he does a podcast about cryptids.
What?
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm sure you could find it.
Looking it up now. This is gonna go into my rotation.
I'm trying to think of what would we call this? Episode creation, I guess. Cool. So I also thought about this because I thought this was intriguing. Each episode, a member of the team may use a point, and I was trying to figure out what point it would be to purchase ability off this list for the episode. And I was going to, that's my livelihood, put some ass into it, little things like that. They were very, very like simple things, but they were like, you know, one use.
Oh yeah, like you had to burn.
You basically are burning an experience you could use towards, because what you use a failure in this game to increase, correct? I can't remember how you. Hopefully it'll be in here because I don't have to go into look it up in the 800 pages that is fucking PbtA, which is still smaller than fucking Dungeon World. Matt, how goes the selling?
It goes. I mean, it's just keep plugging away. That's all I can do. We've got they're coming in to deliver the new washer and dryer next Friday here, so
nice.
A little bit for that. But so I'm making room and all that. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I want to make sure that they can move around down here without worrying about bashing into anything.
No. We're also going to put this in here. Each member of the team creates a secret about their history, maybe their heritage.
Oh God.
Or even a particular cryptid that they are obsessed with. They share that with the network and can share it with the other members of the team, but are not required to.
Would you also want to incorporate the other thing that we know that they do, which is we have a guy with a fucked up cow, or we found some dead coyotes, or
I think that would be up here. I think
we found a bridge.
Yeah. I think we would call that.
And now we need to work backwards from that.
I know a guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know a guy would be like, you can spend a point. Like you can spend. Again, I gotta look into it if it's a failure. You can spend a point because remind me, because you guys play more than I'm running, and I don't always keep track of this very well. When you raise a ability in Mount Monsters, when you raise an ability in Mount Monsters, when you raise an ability like in Star Wars or any other PbtA game, isn't it like if I fail on something, then I can make a mark, and then that way later on, if I get like 5 marks, I can raise it?
Yeah, there's usually something like that in there.
Yeah, I can't recall what. That's why I was looking in here really quick to see if I could find it. Basic moves, that's not it. So, I mean, hey guys, I love this, but can you just tell me how they increase their stuff? Okay, let me Google. How does one level in a PbtA game? Okay. When a character does something to advance the story, so I think what we'll do is we'll use rather than, since I don't see like a whole lot of need to do leveling, then
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have a ton.
then let's treat it like advantage in D&D. So if you advance a story, I can just say, if you do something super cool, I can go, oh, well, I'm giving you advantage. So you can spend that advantage, which means you get to roll twice.
Yeah.
Or you can use a saved, God, I can't type today, advantage to purchase an ability off this list for one episode. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Rather than advances or leveling, team members will gain advantage, the ability to roll twice, taking the higher total when granted by the network, when they either move the story forward or engage in a, how would you phrase that? Engage in a, I don't want to just do something cool, in a creative, fun, or cinematic action.
There you go.
Deemed. This is given at the discretion of the network. Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Maybe plot point instead of action, just to really nail it. Like how transformative it is to the narrative. Or there you go. Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, no, that's cool.
Okay. Oh, I fucked that up, huh? So let's move these up. This.
Hey, question. On the latest Bigfeets, everyone's dunking on Jeff. How do you guys feel about Jeff?
So, okay, I put this in the chat yesterday after watching those 3 episodes. Jeff is getting shit on constantly, and I said I am intrigued to see if Jeff gets a villain arc, because those assholes treat Jeff real bad at times.
He does not, but he does his relationship with, like, there's a lot more friction between him and Buck as things go on.
Because Buck is usurping Jeff.
And he does, especially after Trapper's gone. The dynamic gets kind of funky. But Jeff does get a whole season where he's undercover with the bad guys.
So Jeff gets a pseudo villain arc.
Sort of, yeah. And there's a lot of just like, screw you guys, you gotta trust me, and da da da. I mean, they've
laid that groundwork real well, because for the last 3 episodes, people have been cutting Jeff's legs out from underneath him.
But he never gets less useless.
Oh my god!
Oh god damn it, Matt!
Never gets less useless.
I mean, still a bump on the fucking log. But...
Yeah. I mean, he's not.
He works the thermal. Come on.
Yeah, they were even they shit on him in that one episode. They were like, they'd be like, Huckleberry, they'd be if I didn't bring ammunition for my gun. Oh, well, hold on. I'll wait till you get eaten and I'll change the battery. And I was like, holy fuck, guys. He's right there changing the battery, you dicks. Oh, dude, there are bad guys in this show.
The rogue team.
The
That
rogue.
show.
Yeah,
Team. I haven't got there yet, but even I'm aware because of the Billion videos on YouTube.
Yeah, there's the rogue team. There's other like groups. You know, like there's poachers in some seasons. There's
the entire
like,
cast of Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah, they don't.
that's their shoot.
That's for real.
Yeah, no, there's
that's not for play.
There's like a fucking dude in like a scarecrow mask. There's all kinds of crazy, like,
I'm so excited.
There's like these druid looking motherfuckers with torches.
I've seen pictures.
There's all kinds of weird shit. They don't really pay any of it off. But
I mean, I don't expect them to.
At least they
I
haven't
put
yet.
a link in the chat for you. Just watch Billiam's 2 videos. That's what got me like, oh, I need to watch this show.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna let my dog out quick. Be right.
Because yeah, it's there's just it is the weirdest, like. So I've been listening to this Delta Green podcast called Get in the Trunk, which is like a Delta Green actual play, and it's real good. Mainly it's real good because one of the guys plays a character named Roger Comstone, who is this insane, like former like Green Beret, and he talks like this all the time, and he's just like says crazy shit, and the rest of the people playing just are on board with his weird shit, but everyone else is like playing it very straight. And it makes Comstone's shit even crazier, which is super funny. Also, he's like the only guy who hasn't died once, which makes it even funnier. Because he's actively tried to get himself killed a couple times. And the guy who runs it does a really good job as well. Like they used their Delta Green ties and were forced to impersonate FBI agents during a weird like cult murder situation, and Comstone like went nuts being an FBI agent, like went mad with power. And he told this police officer, he said, "What's your wife's favorite number?" And he says, "I don't know." They were like arguing about custody things. And he said, "Because I want to know what number to put on the back of her jumpsuit at Guantanamo." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And it was like then became this running joke about him telling this shitty cop that I'm gonna put you, your kids, and your wife in Guantanamo. You ain't shit. You're a local cop. I'm in the fucking FBI. It's so fucking wild. And the episodes are pretty bite-sized. They're under 2 hours. Anyway, I highly recommend Get in the Trunk. It's pretty good for if you like actual play podcasts. But like Mountain Monsters has like that level of insanity going on, and I fucking love it. It's like an actual play, but like on TV and poorly acted. So it's like a Garth Marenghi actual play, and it makes me so fucking happy. All the way, I don't know if I told you this, Colin, but Doug is 2 weeks from last Thursday. He's in. We're watching Squatch movies. Also, I think I put it in the Super Boys. There's a movie called Big Legend I haven't seen, which is about like killer Bigfoot. We should watch that. Colin, you're muted, my friend.
We'll have to compile a list of Bigfoot things and go over it with Doug and figure out
because he was like, well, we got to talk about Boggy Creek because Boggy Creek is the godfather. And he loves Boggy Creek. Not Boggy Creek 2. Boggy Creek. He likes OG Boggy Creek.
OG Boggy Creek's the worst one because it's not fun to like. It's not so bad. It's good. It's just bad. So
he's a Squatch. He's our Squatchbert.
Oh, isn't I think around that time too, wasn't Night of the Demon? Isn't that a I think that's a Squatch movie.
I don't know. We just need to come up with a couple movies.
Yeah,
and then also we also need to. Matt, I'm gonna
once the roof tracks is done, or just oof.
Matt, I'm gonna cordially invite you in public To February 15th, Spoopy
February
Boys.
15th.
It's an Ashy Boys.
Okay. I will look at my schedule.
So you know it's going to be high quality.
Next Spoopy Boys is Nashy Boys.
No, the 15th. Next
15th.
Spoopy Boys is
I
Doug.
get confused. It's Doug. Okay.
Indeed, Super Spike.
Nashy
Nashy
Boys. Get Nashy. We're the Nashy Boys. Sorry.
All right, no, you're good.
I get excited about that. I've been trying to figure out how to turn Pity City into something related to Paul Nashy. It's been hard.
All right, so you ain't from around here. What is that? What should we? What kind of power should that be?
I guess like with that, you'd be able to. What comes to mind for me would be able to glean some bit of information about someone instantly or something like. But I don't know what it would necessarily pertain to. Like a weakness or like, I don't know, but that's what that kind of feels like to me.
Okay. Hold on one sec. I'm sorry. I was looking up. Can you say it again? I'm sorry.
So yeah, the way I was thinking it was like, wait, Spike saying I was thinking that was like a negative effect on whoever used it on.
I kind of like the idea of it being like an intimidation type thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think Spike's right in your pipeline there. Yeah, good job, Spike.
So would it be? I just looked down and saw "Watch Your Name" and I was like, "Why is that misspelled?" And then I remembered we did that on purpose.
What's your name?
Who's your kin? Would it be like a heart? Do you
Who's
think?
Who's daddy and what does he do?
Who's your daddy? What does he do? Or would it be like a mind?
Yeah. Bless your heart, which is like the southern version of "go fuck yourself."
Yeah, it's as per my last email, which I fucking love using.
Bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart. So what are we thinking? What would that affect? Mind?
Sorry, I got a thing in my head. I got to get it out on paper.
Go for it. Yeah. I'm looking at Bigfoot movies. Yes, there is a Sasquatch, Night of the Demon. I was right. 1980.
Oh.
Your Appalachian bred, Appalachian. No, it's born and then bred, right? Appalachian bred. Yeah, it's born.
And you're born first, and then you're bred. I think.
And when you die, you'll be Appalachian dead.
Born again Christian. I was bred and then born by the light of Jesus.
Jesus.
Whoa. The Bigfoot and Night of the Demon looks wild.
Well, there's also like Sasquatch adjacent stuff like Prophecy and the movie with the mutated bears, which I can never remember, but I saw.
That isn't that the Prophecy?
It might be. I can't remember.
And on the cover, there's that weird, like in the VHS cover, there's that like weird mutated fetus.
Yeah, that's got like some Latin American, relatively famous Latin American actor playing American Indian.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah, dude. Yeah, I think that's the Prophecy. That's a wild movie because like I remember renting that without reading the back. I just saw the cover. I was like, this looks wild.
And then it has like mutant bears in it. You're
And it's
like,
what the? And it's like just a step above like 1970s made for TV like quality. Yes. It's just like no.
So we want this to be some type of intimidation. Let's see if there's something down here that gives us some type of backbone to build off of. Not bad.
Wings of a dove.
Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. When someone or something comes at your team, whether physical or verbally, add a +1. Add plus like 1, 2. Doesn't that threaten?
You guys need to see what I'm looking at here. I put a link in the private chat.
Oh, fuck yes. We need to watch this.
I'm an American sandlot. Terror has no borders. I need to find this on streaming ASAP.
That's like some Forever Purge shit.
I like that movie, actually.
Isn't that the one where they're like start a civil war?
That's the one that's like, yeah, MAGA implodes on itself.
I haven't watched it. I'm not a Purge guy. I haven't. I
like them. There's.
I know I need. Like I've seen one.
The first one is kind of a fun little like, siege movie.
It's a siege movie, yeah.
And
then all basically siege movies.
No, 2 becomes like the best version of the Punisher that you could have ever hoped to have seen. It's wild. It's so fun. It's real. It's or not even that. It's like there's the rest becomes so like Carpenter-esque. Like it almost becomes like kind of like little moments of like say like Escape from New York or something like that. They're really fun. They're really fun, and they kind of try to get a message. It's they're doing it with a hammer, obviously, but I like them. I like them.
Did either of you watch that deleted scene from Escape from New York I put in our chat?
I don't know that I did.
No.
That's the deleted original opening.
Oh, yeah, I do remember you mentioning that, how he got captured.
The Fort Knox raid? They filmed that?
Yeah.
No way. Oh my God. Okay.
It's about 10 minutes long. It's real interesting, but that kind of sounds like that whole thing. It's basically like you just see like them getting away, like after he steals the money. It's not even money. It's like fucking
gold, right?
It's credit. It's like credit cards almost.
Oh, is that what they're doing now in the future?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's him and another guy, and
no, not cards. He mentions like this guy got wasted,
and they get away, and then they take like the high-tech train, and they end up, I think they don't even know where they're at. They just jump on one, and they end up like in San Francisco, I think. And they're like, I gotta think of a worse place to spend $1 million or whatever. Yeah. And they get out, and the train station's empty, and they're like walking around, and Pliskin's like, something's wrong, and they come around a corner, and dude gets shot, and Pliskin, and the guy's already got like a pronounced limp before that, and so Pliskin like runs, and dude like doesn't run behind him, and he gets down into an area, and he's like, you can tell he's like he could just keep running, and he's like, God damn it, and he runs back to get him, and the guy's standing there, he's like, there's just armed dudes everywhere, and he's like, drop the fucking bag, and the guy's like, I can't go back, I can't, and he's like, drop the fucking bag, guy, and they just kill him.
Damn.
And Pliskin throws his bag down, puts his hands behind his head, and that's basically the scene.
Okay.
But the music too is like music I'd never heard before, and it's very like if Carpenter did like a 70s exploitation, like black exploitation movie almost. It's real good. I'm like, fuck, this is great. But then I also like, where do you put that?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be an interesting like flashback, I guess, but it doesn't really
Doesn't add a ton. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real interesting. It's really neat, but it's like
it's better to keep him a mystery.
Yeah. It's like it makes him look so shockingly compassionate compared to when we first meet him, and he's basically like "fuck you." But it also gives context to why he's like "fuck you" and why he got caught.
Although
no, I recommend it. It's you can. I mean, it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah, I'll have to
on
look
YouTube. It's a very neat little snippet of like, oh shit, this would have been real weird. But again, where do you put it? All right. So let's see if we can come up with some abilities for this. I want to make like this to be like I want to try to get like 10 of these, and then we can always just add to it. But so let me grab this. Let's look. I know a guy. So you were talking about how would you state that? Like this was your idea, Matt. Did we put down like game structure yet? Either like episode structure anywhere? Like
I don't know that we have.
Let's put that down then too, because that also might help with like episode structure. Each episode consists of the creation / PC introduction, and then it goes to what? Interviews.
Usually, it's, there's an interview or they get some information. Yeah.
From information 1. Then we go usually to what? Trap.
Don't we usually get the first night investigation?
Night investigation.
Because then
trap,
then
construction,
trap and the second witness stuff.
Interview information 2. The night hunt.
That's the structure, at least for the bulk of the series, but it does tend to they switch it up more as it goes on.
And the night hunt, right?
Yes. The final hunt.
My final hunt. All right, perfect. So would maybe like I know a guy, we could eliminate interview information 1?
Or I mean, is it more like
even saying like the PCs would be able to dictate what would have been, can replace what information they could have found in the information interview 1 with their own information and conjecture, again giving the PCs more like ability to spin the yarn?
that could be fun.
You think that works?
Yeah, I think so. I like that.
Because I know that's kind of what we decided to do with episode creation, which I do like. The team can replace the interview information 1 segment with their own information that will then be the lore. This gives the players the opportunity to dictate the game directly. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Of course, as final veto power. Okay. That's my livelihood. I think that's my livelihood. Maybe gives them like 2 extra equipment slots.
Okay. Yeah, that might be useful. Yeah, because when it's like the, with it's like, oh yeah, I try climb trees or whatever. I mean, most of them don't really have a livelihood that we're ever made privy to, but.
That's for the team, right? Okay. Put some ass into it.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little ass into it, Buck.
Yeah, put some ass into it, Buck.
I'm thinking this would be something like maybe an auto success on like a strength.
Yeah.
Like an auto
Yeah.
I think that really, yeah.
This
I think that nails it right there.
The PC to take 1 automatic full success on 1 roll in the episode. The PC must utilize this must declare this before a roll would happen. Because I don't want it to be one of those things where someone rolls dice and goes, well, I don't want to use this.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where I want to say, okay, I'm proactively putting some ass into it.
Ass, it's in there.
Ass is in there. You know it's in there. All right. One thing we need to do as well is if you'll look at Summer and Woodlake, when you take these extra things, this is what gives you your bonuses to your stats.
Okay.
So what we want to look at and figure out what these different subclasses would give you for senses, body, heart, and mind. Because remember, these 5 are just like the bases, almost like the ideals, or even like the backgrounds in D&D, and these are your actual classes. So what would retired military? I would assume. Let's remember what the fucking things are. There's 4. There's 4 senses, body, heart, and mind. Okay.
Retired military, maybe heart. You know, that esprit de corps that having been in the military gives you.
It's like a +1.
Yeah, I think that tracks.
Because I think most of them are just pluses, +1 or plus, and then -1 are just nothing. I would say strength as well.
Yeah. You'll at least have that background of physical.
I would say this is -1. I think from the standpoint of the trope.
Yeah.
The dumb military only knows how to follow orders. And then a 0 for for body.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So put the. Okay, what do we want to do for this? For the expert caller.
I feel like that's got to be like a plus to mind.
I could see this one being like a +2 to mind and a +1 to body, and then like a -2 to heart, and like a 0 at strength.
Yeah, I think that works.
You good with that, Colin?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that works really well.
Security.
Security.
I think this one should be all body, like all body, all strength, no heart, no mind. Like -1 to mind, -1 to heart, and then +1/+1.
But
Okay.
Uh-oh, Colin.
Because now, like, isn't Huckleberry our Bigfoot security?
He is, but remember, this doesn't necessarily mean Huckleberry. This just means like more.
Okay,
like
I'm just thinking of it as the template. Okay, but yeah, never mind. Yeah. I think you're good then. Because my Huckleberry's he's got more than just a body.
It's more than just a body.
I wouldn't give any of them the body bonus. No. Maybe Bill.
So the tracker. I mean, we don't be afraid either. We can just put zeros across the board. Then it's just what you rolled as well.
Yeah.
It's nice though to have like
to incorporate some level of like, oh, I've got to actually make a choice here.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
I need to consider it. I can't just take a thing and get it.
So what do we think? He tastes a scat to let the team know. Especially I didn't realize Trapper had such a pee fetish. Those 2 episodes that were just all pee all the time.
Yeah, they get.
It's a piss post.
It's a comedy bit. In one of the later.
He don't know I pissed on it.
they get. Bill becomes like a scat expert as like a joke, so he's just like jamming his hands into shit and sniffing it and putting it in or near his mouth. It's a whole.
maybe this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
God damn it, Jeff. All right, this one I think is going to be like +2.
Yeah.
+1.
-1.
-2.
Yeah.
Oh.
0.
No, that
works. You're the wizard of the group.
Pretty much.
Former concrete person.
Hellhounds chasing cars.
I think you get a +1 here.
Yeah.
You get a 0 here.
Body 0.
I say body +1, and then because you've eaten real food. And then maybe a -1 on strength because you don't have that hillbilly strength. You haven't been out in the woods.
But you also, because you're not eating that good country food and all that, maybe you don't have that country body.
Okay, you want to give it a -1 then?
I'd say 0.
Just a 0?
Flat out 0, yeah.
Do you want to maybe give a +1 in heart then?
Yeah.
What I'm seeing
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
generally what I'm seeing generally with this
Oh, wait,
is you end up with a +1.
Let's go. Can we just quickly scroll back just to see so we're not like or duplicating anything?
I think we're good.
Okay. Well, then
But
you know
also,
what?
like when you're taking these classes, it's not just this; it's this.
Yeah. I'd say we leave it like this. I think this is
So they have no. It's like every other class has had a +1 somewhere. Just one plus overall comes out +1.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Maybe
could go
two?
+2 here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good with that.
Because in my mind, I'm going from like the mindset.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to change this. This should be +2, and this should be +1 because they're the lore master. The researcher should be +2, +1, -1, 0.
Okay.
So like the inverse of the lore master. That work?
Yeah.
I dig.
All right, the producer.
Yeah.
So I feel like the producer should have high body and senses. It's not strength, is it? It's senses. Fuck, we need to change that.
Oh.
I thought it was strength, but it's senses.
Okay, so that
makes this a +1, and this is 0.
Okay.
And that would make expert collar.
That makes more sense because strength and body seem to have too much overlap to me.
Yeah, and I would think that would make that 0. Security, that would make this +2. This 0. If anyone disagrees, please say so. Tracker, that would make this. I would say that makes this a +2. And this 0 and 0. I still like this.
Yeah.
Still like this. Yeah, I'm fine with this too. For producer, I think this should be where it is.
Mm-hmm.
This should be -1.
Zero. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Mine should be the +1 there.
Yeah.
Persuade or threaten. And then crew. I would say crew probably. Everything should be maybe body because they're doing the real work. +1 there, and then heart 0, and then a -1 there. What do you think?
I think that looks
I dig.
And then the hermit. I think
they should have 2 for senses.
I was going to say like +1, +1, +1, -2.
Yeah, I think that tracks. Yes,
because you would, heart. You can read a person, provide comfort. Because then, if we go to you ain't from around here, that would because persuade and threaten. We could change this one to when someone or something comes at your team, whether physically or verbally, we could change this to you can substitute your heart for your mind to threaten them.
That's fun.
Does that work?
I believe so.
Okay, cool. Look at that. Look all the work we got done.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
And then we got episode buys. I think this is kind of the next area we can just start using all the weird colloquialisms.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Super Spike, sorry. Yeah, I think gain access to an important, like a MacGuffin, like the Thunder, like the what was it? Something axe to kill the Thunder Bros.
1 second.
But I feel like that falls into I know a guy. Would it be equipment slots or proof? So we've used those equipment buffs down here or up in different spots to give people stuff so they can get free equipment, which we can always add more to our equipment as well. Weird. I feel like I'm smelling meat.
You feel like you're smelling meat.
Like hamburger, like a waft of like frying hamburger came across. Yeah, I mean, we've got the gives them 2 more item slots for the episode, so it goes from 12 to 14. What else is some dumb shit they say on this show that we all love? Which is hard because we've used a lot of it up here.
We've used a lot of them. There's so much dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of some of the later season stuff.
Get it on the thermal for sure.
Or do you have anything on the thermal?
Oh yeah, do you have anything on thermals? Probably.
Or got anything on the thermal?
Right now, let's just get phrases down.
Yeah.
And we'll go back and we'll do this backwards. What else? What's some other weird stuff they're always saying? Did we put in, this time it's personal anywhere?
I don't
now
know.
It's personal.
I thought we did, but yeah, there you go.
No, now it's personal tracker. Okay. What color was its fur?
There's
God damn it.
a recurring thing later on where Huckleberry is apparently making moonshine called Sasquatch piss, and he trades it to various people to get them to do what he wants. But but I don't know how you would
it's bartering, so
or I mean, do we have anything in there for
so my thought on that one is
unintelligible gibberish, bro?
Bro,
Yeah.
we're just gonna go bro. I like this barter idea because what it could be is At any moment during the episode, you can automatically switch out an item in your equipment list for another item.
Mm.
So do we just want to call it barter? Backwoods barter?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Mountain Monster quotes on Reddit, and one
Oh, nice.
put down, "Mountain Monsters by the fire, Wild Bill. For the kids at home watching, do not drink paint. This will be the result." He points at himself. So, I mean, that's probably, I don't know if we want to.
I can't remember what context that was.
Yeah, but also, so like someone's like, it's not quite
You guys
a quote,
talk
but,
amongst yourself. I'll be right back.
but he finds
Okay.
that they say "daggone" a lot, like "daggone."
Daggone, yeah.
That daggone say a squatch. To you would.
Or just even, I think we might have Dagon in there.
Yeah,
Under one of them. I think we
Prob-
might.
there's
Because
so
Buck said
yeah.
that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Mm-mm.
What else? There's so many like people quoting like just mountain stuff in general.
I'm just trying to see.
Yeah. Well, that's not a person.
I fucking hate Walgreens.
Yeah, we're having a bitch of a time with Walgreens too.
It's the worst. So I had a med renewed because I'd run out. Look at this fucking sweet. What's the boy with the pointy hair cartoons from Europe?
Tintin?
Tintin. I got the sweet Tintin hair growing. So one of my meds, like the prescription was up and then the doctor renewed it. So I ordered it because I'm out. It's one of my seizure meds. I'm out as of this evening. I reordered it Thursday and they refilled the wrong one because I have another dose of that med. No problem. I needed it anyway. They refilled that one. No problem. And then I reached back out and was like, I need the other one. And I then get a message from them that I have to call them. So I don't know if you've tried to call your local Walgreens at any time.
I have not, but
Tony's been having a ton of trouble with them. You know,
every time I call, it's like there are 3+ people in front of you in line on the call. And I've spent a couple different times. I've spent over an hour on hold with Walgreens. So this time I called yesterday morning, right when they opened. It took 20 minutes for someone to answer the phone. And then as soon as they answered, I said, can I put you on hold for a little bit? And I was like, okay. 10 minutes later, they finally picked up. And I was like, hey, you guys sent me this thing via the app. You didn't? You always call me. You always text me to an annoying fucking degree. This time I went to go check on why this was taking so long on your app. And the app said I had to call you. So rather than you texting me and saying I need to call or emailing me or calling me and telling me I need to talk to somebody, you put it on your fucking app.
yeah.
So what's the deal? And so he took a couple seconds and he goes, oh, our system is so bad that whenever your prescription is renewed, we have to talk to you to make sure it's renewed. And I was like, what the fuck? No wonder you guys can't answer your phone because you've got 70 fucking billion people calling you just to say, yeah, it's renewed.
Jesus.
I actually feel bad for them. Like every time we go through to get something from them, it is a demonstrative, horrific experience. And not because they're bad. It's because there's generally like only 2 people working and there is just a never-ending stream of people coming in.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you know, shoplifting is a huge problem that we need to help them with because, you know, it's definitely not our, you know, we need to solve their refusal to hire more than one person to run an entire store.
Oh, between them and this new insurance that it's not new, it's been over a year, that forced me to go from CVS to Walgreens.
Oh,
I am just aggravated. And I'm sure that new insurance is saving somebody at my job money. Good for them, because it's not helping me at all. I hope that their very minimal medical needs are going swimmingly, because my actual real medical needs are going to shit. It's sorry. That was them calling me to tell me my med is finally ready to be picked up, when I was told it'd be ready to be picked up yesterday.
Ugh. Well, I'm glad that at least you've got something, but that it's
just mad.
Yeah, you don't
like when your person who I talked to is like, yeah, this is the system that we're stuck with. It sucks. That's not a worker problem. That's a corporate problem. Because you know who doesn't have this problem? CBS. Fuck me. Anyway, sorry. That really makes me mad.
No, dude. It's
super frustrating. I mean, this is your life and health,
Yeah.
Up to 2 items from the equipment list for 2 other items of equal or lesser value. I'm looking through the ones you put in there.
Look up quotes, and
yeah,
good God, Google is just useless now.
Yeah, I found like a thing of memorable quotes, and I threw those in the private chat.
Just so many,
yeah, AI, it's like, oh, Mountain Monster,
Mountain
TV
Monster
show quotes. Here's a quote about Muhammad talking about coming to the mountain.
Yeah, it's like
not what I want. Oh. Oh. Not what I want you to do. Computer.
Don't get me started on Google and how my and I'm not going to get too political, I promise. How my ability to get news when it comes to the conflict in the Middle East has completely become skewed in one direction, to the point where I'm not getting news, I'm getting propaganda, and how frustrating that is. Also, hey Facebook, just to let you know, I don't give a fuck about mixed martial arts. So when you flood, even though I'm blocking these things, you flood me with them. I have no reason why, and it pisses me off. Also,
I get a lot of gun ads, and I
just because I watch like the Minority Report and TYT and things like that does not mean that I want to watch Matt Walsh or any of his.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't
like. I go out of my way not to watch those creeps.
Yeah, I will block those things.
The algorithm wants to throw at me.
Also, since I'm on this fucking topic, if you're a crazy, like, if you use the word woke in your vocabulary, if you get upset about like Disney doing things with those IPs to maybe make them more inclusive, if you find right-wing memes to be the apex of humor, if you're a Zionist, if you are complicit in any bias based on race, creed, sexual orientation, just fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unfriend me. Just go the fuck away. I had to literally go in and unfollow someone on Instagram this morning because the shit they were posting was fucking insane.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't even really know you in real life. I know you because you watched me on Dave's stream. But
yeah, I've had a
you look at my stuff compared to your stuff you're posting,
yeah,
they're
I've had
ideological fucking so far apart.
I'm just like, nope, I'm done. I don't, like, I'm generally pretty good about, somebody follows me, I'll usually refollow them, but then you hit that point where it's like, oh no, you're not somebody that I want to have anything to do with.
I'm very much live and let live on a lot of stuff, But as I've gotten older and the world has gotten to be a much scarier fucking place, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Like
I'm not.
I don't know. These guys who seem to be wanting to hold on to how we acted when we were 14 and think that's like that's all the maturity you need in the world and that's the viewpoint you need to have about the world. It's just like go fuck off. Like grow
Like
up.
I tried to watch. There was a debate, not even a debate. It was supposed to be a segment on TYT with Ben Glebe, Chink, and I can't remember Chink Anguar, and I can't remember the gentleman that they had on with them. And what this whole thing in the Middle East has shown me is Ben Glebe, while it can be a funny comedian, is a Zionist, a hardcore Zionist.
Amy Schumer.
A frightening fucking Zionist. And Cenk loves to just yell and scream. And I like Cenk, I do. But Cenk, you can't solve every argument by yelling. And the thing that made me so sad is the other gentleman was very soft-spoken, intelligent, and articulate, and had an answer for every one of Glebe's Zionist talking points, but he couldn't talk because those two were just screaming at each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ben Glebe, you work for Cenk ostensibly. You're an employee, and granted, Cenk could talk about some of these things in less inflammatory language, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck you. You think it's okay to kill Palestinian children. You're just okay with it.
Yeah.
And it's never, Israel has never done anything wrong ever, will never do anything wrong. You don't understand because you're not Jewish and you've never been to Israel. That's not a defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It meets all the criteria for a fucking genocide. Sorry, dude.
Yep.
I'm sorry that you can't see that or refuse to. Fuck you. And Cenk, stop yelling and let the guy you have on who wants to have a discussion about it. And it's actually
they don't want to have a discussion. They want to shut somebody down and look like, you know.
And just the constant conflating of like a government's agenda being like one in the same with a religion or / race is just it's so fucking frustrating because it's like,
yeah, that's the thing is like I worked for a Jewish nonprofit for almost 4 years. I still am friends with a lot of those people. They're anti-Zionist and they're Jewish. Yeah. So it has nothing to do with the faith. It has everything. It's a political ideology.
No, and there's so many people protesting in Israel.
It's like I don't think it's cool for like, you know, refugee centers to just be obliterated with bombs, carpet bombed, and you say that's wrong and you're an anti-Semite all of a sudden. It's like,
and it's not just Muslims. I mean, and believe me, I'm no Christian by any stretch, but they killed Christians. They sniped a mother as she walked in the bathroom in a fucking.
They in trying to take out people, they put poison gas in some of the tunnels, which killed some of the hostages.
They shot up a bunch of they've done a ton of shit, and then they're just kind of like.
And I will say, if you want to see what makes me so mad, beyond the fact that my Tumblr is filled with horrific videos from Palestinians inside Gaza, like showing you what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Occasionally, when in my Tumblr, they'll show me Israeli TikTok.
Oh,
it is the worst.
Yeah.
Knocking on a door and saying, well, I guess no one's home. And then you walk past the door and the whole house is gone. And they think it's the funniest shit ever. Like soldiers using bumper cars, in a bombed out amusement park, just laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
Or, we're burning books or just doing whatever. Think it's the fucking best. I guess classes are out when they walk by a school that they fucking bombed. And that there's people who died there. Or when they bulldoze a graveyard. It's disgusting.
They are. Yeah, dude.
And that's the thing that drives me out. And I'm sorry that I'm getting so worked up about this. But the thing that upsets me about that even more than anything else is the entire world said, I remember vividly, not just hearing this from both my grandfathers who fought in the Second World War, one in the Pacific theater and one in Europe against the fucking Nazis, saying never again.
Yeah.
Never again. No rape of Nanking ever again. No fucking Holocaust ever again. The world will never let this happen again. And I just keep looking at it and going, this is happening. And we don't give a fuck.
Well, and that's the sad thing here is as that generation has died off, we've seen a rise in people being like, yeah, I think fascism's all right.
But the thing that upsets me beyond that is I'm paying for that.
Yeah.
My money from me working.
Yeah. Yep.
To try to better, and I work in the industry, I'm trying to better things. I really am. I'm paying for you to murder people.
Yep.
And it's the most helpless, awful feeling that I can think of in my life. And I'm not even living through the horrors that those people are.
Right.
It just makes me, I'm complicit in fucking genocide by dollars.
Yeah. Just by paying taxes, man.
And it's being done by a president that I voted for, not because he was a great candidate, but because the other person's fucking insane.
Right. And who, unfortunately, I'll probably have to vote for again.
And my government, by and large, shows a complete disregard or care for that. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure most of the voting public sees this as the horror that it is.
Well, I was Sanders brought a resolution or was trying to get something passed.
I saw that
in the Senate to, at least force an investigation or something like that.
Yeah, you have to be able to show where the arms that we're selling are going and what they're being used for. And if they're being used for anything that violates the Geneva Convention,
it automatically
or the Hague,
halts funding.
Wow.
And only 11 people voted in favor of it. Neither of our state senators did. So cool.
I just want to ask Bernie Sanders. I just want to ask Joe Biden one question. How do you get all that blood off your hands? How? How do you get the blood of 10,000 children off your hands?
Well, back in the day, it was stick-to-itiveness and gumption.
Not enough fucking trains, Joe. Can you ride to get that blood off your hands?
Hey, he fought Corn Pop at the public pool, okay? Give him a break. This guy's a legend.
Sorry, I got...
He fought Corn Pop.
End of political rant.
His big story about fighting a gangster or a pimp or something at a public pool. He's a fun guy. He's a fun man.
Colin, I love you.
Yeah. Well,
so anyway,
if
you see this in the future and you're like, I like those guys, I should probably friend them, but I really love Donald Trump.
Yeah,
maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah. I've been called a libtard so many times in my life. So if you're someone who likes to use that as a put down, you and I will probably not see eye to eye.
I use that as a badge of honor, and I generally tell someone who calls me that, I would respond and can, but I don't think I have enough words that are not monosyllabic for you to understand.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I got to peace out a little early today.
You're not early.
Yeah, and I should probably drop too. So
no, you're good. I think we got a lot of work done.
We did.
Where can people find both of you? What do you be with?
I'm here Sundays. I'm on the Dave Wonder channel on Tuesdays, most Tuesdays anyway, for Chop and Chop. And I'm on Blue Sky because fuck Twitter. If anybody needs invite codes, let me know. There's a lot of Twitter influx. It's getting kind of funky over there, but we'll see. Anyway, so that's me.
Word. All right. You can find me sometimes here on Sundays. Definitely Tuesdays doing Meng on Meng. The world's greatest Lego and action figure podcast you could hope for. And then on alternating weeks from that, you can find me Thursdays doing Spoopy Boys, unless we're doing Nashy Boys. Then shit, buckle up, baby.
Nashy Boys is a stream inside of a stream.
And every so often you can find me popping up here and there doing other things. If you feel like you want a game with me and you've got Xbox or Steam or whatever, they do the things with the bleeps and the blops and all the lights and the buttons, whatever the kids are doing with the who's and what's it's, you'll find me there as Creepin' Colin. I hope you had me as your friend. Ben, how you doing? What you got?
Wow.
Yeah, you went hard all day, all
Bringing that
night.
Wild Bill energy.
Yeah.
You don't know what I was doing when I disappeared for a second there.
Tuesday, bro.
Hey, bro, just had to dip into that bag of magic.
This Tuesday, Meng on Meng, and then nothing till prep school. These weeks are pretty quiet for me. And then the week after that, we got prep school, and because it's the week off, nothing on Monday, and then Spoopy Boys, which is gonna be Squatch centric, and then Bad at Games. If I don't have COVID and I don't have a plethora of seizures all at once, which was bullshit. Hasn't happened in a while. Oh, dude, I had one standing up.
Oh.
And apparently went rigid standing up. And Cassandra was like, I've never seen you do that before. Usually you curl, and if you're going to seize, you fall. She's like, you had your hand against the wall. You went, I could see all of your muscles just go rigid, and you went up on your toes, and I could hear your teeth grinding. And so I literally just sort of pushed you over. So you weren't standing anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's new.
How you feeling today, though, man? You feeling all right?
I slept like yesterday. I watched Mountain Monsters, and because this happened on Friday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I got up early, and then I played a little while, and then I hung out and watched 3 episodes of Mountain Monsters, and I went upstairs and I spent the rest of the night cuddling on the couch with my wife. She made an amazing dinner. She made biscuits and gravy. I love biscuits and gravy. Yeah. And we watched a 2-hour Unsorted Guy Minecraft video that we both laughed our asses off, of him playing the mystery pot mod where you start on an island with nothing. Like there's no trees. You're just on a shitty like sand rock island. There's grass, and then pots float up to the island, and when you hit them, there's mystery shit in them. So sometimes you get really good stuff. Sometimes you get dynamite that explodes. And it was really funny. Like by the end, he built a real cool fucking place. He built a cool town. He got villagers out of pots and all kinds of cool stuff. But he also got there was hordes mod in there. So every so often he would get a horde, and a couple times it was snowmen, which was funny as hell. But then it escalated to snowmen with knives, and that was terrifying. And then it was a really good video. I like Unsorted Guy. I like Robert, and I love Forge Labs. They always do stuff together, and I like their videos separately. So shout out Mex okay. But we watched that. It was super fun. Today, as soon as we're done and she arises from her tomb, we're going to probably watch the newest episode of Delicious in Dungeon. If you're not watching that, you should. It's great.
I forgot there's a new episode.
Yeah, it's so fun. Cassandra and I both have read all of the manga. We have all of them. It's one of my favorite fantasy things out there because it's so stupidly interesting and fun and humorous, but at the same time it makes me go, God, I want to run a mega dungeon that's basically just a cooking mega dungeon. Have you watched it, Matt?
I've not. I've heard a little bit about it.
It's great. It's so
wonderful. It's cozy.
Also, just finished this as I just got it. I used to have the issues, but Colin owns them. I got volume 1 and volume 2's in the mail. I forgot how much I loved this.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's basically Grant Morrison doing before the implosion happened, all the shit that Jack Kirby would have probably done.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
I'm thinking in another world. What?
Yes, Spike. We'll have to try out Fireteam sometime, man. Hit me up on the Discord whenever you.
Oh, and
for it.
If you're playing Pal World, Colin, on on Steam, let me know and I'll buy it. So we
Okay,
can play it.
I'm rocking it on Game Pass right now because it's free on there.
Oh, okay.
But I think we could. I think
I don't
we'll
know
be
if
able
it's
to.
cross-platform or not.
I'll check that out. If not, I'll definitely get it on Steam then because it's
I think it's
I
like
didn't think-
$25 right now.
yeah, I didn't think I'd find like I'd be like I thought I was just gonna be like okay, whatever. But like 3 hours went by in like a flash last night of me like running around, hitting cats with pickaxes, throwing pokeballs at them, putting them to work on my farm.
So
I love it.
I know that Doug is getting a Mine Colony server up soon,
Oh,
which is a mod of Minecraft where you basically start towns and can build like countries.
yeah.
And I was
Killian was watching a video of that actually. That's
I am cordially inviting you both to that.
Right.
I think it's going to be super fun because we've already got like 5 or 6 other people, and I would love the
Yeah.
idea of. I'd love the idea of us all making our own cities, and then like making trades via cities and stuff like that. And if I had my way, it'd be like a Minecraft version of the game of the D&D, the D&D second edition Birthright setting, which is like you're all like bigwigs. Like you start off as like one of you is king. And everyone else, like one of you is the cardinal of the church, one of you is the head of the thieves guild, all this shit, and then once per year, and the rest of the time you're like you have to handle your business, like you got to do all these like diplomatic things and trades and negotiations, but once per year you get together as like this group and you go do this adventure. It's one of my favorite settings. I wish there was a 5th edition version of it. It's amazing. It's real different. So yeah, that's and maybe like I said, maybe we'll do Wednesdays. I don't know what we call it, like Wednesdays together or something like that. What'd be a good
Wellness Wednesday.
Ooh, Wellness Wednesdays.
How are you feeling? Are you feeling well?
Is everyone doing okay? How are you?
Let's put on our NPR voices and just
Yeah. I just want to make sure you're doing
welcome to Fresh Air with Terry Crews.
I think that maybe we do this.
I like that. No, it's just a healthy idea. It really is.
Maybe on the 31st we'll start Wellness Wednesdays.
I'm down.
30 minutes of at least 30 minutes of how are you?
Yeah. Let it out.
Who you be with? All right.
I'm down.
I want to say thank you for well, of course, Super Spike, because you're
Yes. Super Spike, hold it down.
And then for anyone who watches this in the future, or anyone who, when we get our Mountain Monsters game finished, decides they want to take a stab at it.
Yeah.
Also, if anybody out there knows how to or is interested in doing like any type of touch-ups and like putting it into a proper format and all that stuff, oh boy, reach out, because that would be great. Anyway, thank you. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Yeah. Yes. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
be nice to yourself.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Die young, make a pretty corpse. Bye.
Yeah.